Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Made in Abyss, Episode 3. First and foremost, guys and girls, let me apologize for last week's episode review. I made a huge mistake when I was talking about the situation they found Rico in the Abyss. I misconstrued somehow what actually happened, and I don't know why, because it was a big reveal. When I rewatched that part of the episode, I'm like, how the hell did I get that wrong? And I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't seen episode 2, because I do know some of my people that watch these reviews, they don't want to, get spoiled and stuff like that, so no worries. But, yeah, no, she wasn't made in the Abyss, literally, or most likely at least. If she does end up becoming that way, that would be kind of funny, but no. It was the mother that, had various things, we'll say, happen to her down there to have the kid, and yeah, I won't get into any more detail than that, but don't worry, guys and girls, I did rewatch that part, and I know now what happened with it, so I do apologize for making that mistake. Now, episode 3 was a very simple and very quiet episode for the most part. We didn't have a lot, per se, going on until the very end, but it was very emotionally strong, and that's one thing I really enjoyed about it. The whole fact of us learning more about the Abyss, it's terrifying. It sounds terrifying, and what's even more interesting about it is that you now have Reg and Rico going into it to see if they can find her mother. And, you almost feel horrible for these kids. Like, these are kids, they're going to go into a thing that has creatures on the depths that people get sick from if they're too far down. That's nightmarish. Like, how the hell are they going to deal with that stuff? I mean, sure, Reg is a robot and all that. He might have the abilities to fight back. And, Rico, for the most part, is also very intelligent, but it's still two kids essentially up against what is essentially unknown territory. It's pretty cool though that that's how the episode ended, is that we're finally seeing the descent of the Abyss, and I really am curious, like, how is it going to start up next week's episode? What are we going to see from next week's episode? There was no preview or anything like that. I think that was kind of a cool way of doing it, because now you're like left in the complete dark on what's going to happen. But I will say that despite one of the things I wanted to mention that was probably the biggest question of this whole episode to me, though, and it's beyond anything else, was why Reg told the kid not to look in a mirror when he turned his birthday, the little kid. I feel like that's a superstition type concept, but at the same time, I don't know if it's applicable to that. I think this is more so something from the show, and it's a warning, and it's very interesting. If it is a superstition, I would love you guys to tell me in the comments below. I feel like I've heard that superstition before, not to look in a mirror. I know that's associated usually with death, because when someone dies, you're not supposed to look. You're supposed to cover all the mirrors in someone's house when they die, and mirrors in general are seen as like an otherworldly concept. But I don't know what it's applicable to here, so I'm very curious about that. But other than that, I like this episode a lot. I think it was, again, like very slow, but it was emotionally driven, which is something that I think the show really does very well so far. Anyways, guys and girls, I have probably 2 other reviews today. I think I have Welcome to Ballroom, which should come out later today, hopefully. If it comes out on Friday, which I could be wrong, and if that's the case, and I'm sorry about that. And I have 18F coming out probably in the next 15 to 20 minutes. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great, blessed day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye.